Thank you so much to those who have joined us today. Still waiting for our guest. Okay, it looks like KB has joined us. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
I know I'm very well, thank you. Nice background.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much for sacrificing your time. We're about to start right now. Give me just 30 seconds.
Okay.
And we are recording, and this video will be made available on YouTube after this presentation. Okay. I think, are you ready on your side?
Yeah, I'm ready on my side. I will try to share the screen with some small presentation that I've made for today's talk. Yes.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Let me, okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. This is me, Boisano Vilagazi. I'm the founder and CEO of Enable. Enable is a registered nonprofit organization. Okay, let me mute someone. Okay. Enable is a registered nonprofit company that is aimed at transitioning young people from being followers to becoming leaders, and from being consumers to becoming creators and innovators. We assist young people with uncovering resources that will help them to maximize their potential. And we do so by hosting seminars. We do so by providing a network to young people, and also we help them through our mentorship program and other programs that Enable has. And this week we are running the Pioneers Guild, which is encouraging, pioneering in various fields and departments. So
sorry to disturb you, Mr. Villagas. You
yes.
have disabled the sharing screen on your side because you are the host. I can't share the screen.
Oh, okay.
Yes, can you work on that for me?
Is it okay? Disabled. Okay, let me just try.
Okay.
Let's see where I can. I'm not sure if it. Okay, what if I I will make you a host right now, so that you may be able. I think you have to be a host. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Thank you. Okay, just did.
Okay, let me see now.
Okay, from Monday, ladies and gentlemen, we've had people from various fields, from social entrepreneurship to entrepreneurship itself, business, and various topics that we've covered from Monday. And today is our last day at the Pioneers Guild. And today we are speaking about education. So when we look at the history of our education in South Africa, it hails back from the colonial era, but things eventually transformed. There was transformation after 1994. When I think of education, your screen appears. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, so when one child succeeds in the family, it means the success of the whole family, and it also means the victory for the whole community, and also South Africa at large. It also signifies elevation of poverty. So today, ladies and gentlemen, our guest I will do a short introduction for our guest and then we will start. Our guest obtained in 2009 obtained his degree in Bachelor of Science in Medical Science from the University of Zululand. In 2011, Bachelor of Medical Science Honors from UKZN. In 2013, Master's degree in Medical Sciences from the School of Laboratory Medicine and Medical Science in UKZN. In 2017, he obtained his PhD in Medical Sciences from the School of Laboratory Medicine and Medical Sciences in UKZN. Then, ladies and gentlemen, our guest speaker today has presented and also in various conferences, including in countries like Canada, and then here at home in Kenya, here at home in South Africa, Cape Town, East London, and well, in KZN. He is also a member of the Southern Africa Neuroscience Society, International Brain Research Organization, and the Golden Key International Honor Society. He has also published in various publications about mostly about repetitive stress and its effects. He will tell us about that. He has worked at UKZN as an academic development officer in 2015. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, our guest speaker is currently at the University of Western Cape, working as a neurophysiology lecturer and neuroscientist researcher. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Dr. KB Makhathini. Welcome today, sir.
Thank you for such a long... Thank you for such a nice introduction. I'm so glad to be the part of this team of this pioneer in education, or the Pioneers Guide of this week. I really appreciate for Enabler for trusting me that I can able to share some few things with you or with everyone that has attended today, and also thank to all people that have attended today. I really appreciate it. I hope everyone is doing well and everyone is good in these hard times that we are facing at the moment, but we need to have faith and also to know that it is here to bring something new, because if you realize it's been like for president, they've been talking about the fourth industrial revolution, that about that it need to take place and need to happen. And everyone has been talking about the fourth industrial revolution, but no one, most of the people or most of the companies, like, were really not prepared to embark on it. But now it is the time, and this time is forcing us to embark on the fourth industrial revolution. Therefore, I've prepared my talk on pioneers in academics, but I would like to focus more on education than focusing on one stream on academics, because I believe as we are here, as we are attending here, everyone is having his or her own field that is operating in. Therefore, we are going to look at the things that that can help us to maximize our potential in our streams or in our fields. Let me see. I hope this thing is going to do as I think. Okay. Yeah. All right. In my talk, I want to talk about, as much as we'll be focusing on vocational and intellectual, but I want us to look at in terms of life. Life, it have different dimensions. Most of the time, we normally focus on the things that we want to achieve sometimes, or mostly, for example, mostly the dimension that normally people focusing on, it is financial dimension of life, or in terms of your finances. Everyone want to be rich, everyone want to achieve, or everyone want to drive a nice car, everyone want to stay on that good house. But we tend to to focus other areas of life that are very important. There is no area in your life that is bigger than other area of your life. In order to obtain a good achievement or a good way in your life, you need to able to bring balance in all things that you, in all of these 8 dimensions of life. For example, if we look at the emotional, at the moment we are facing the gender-based violence, which is, it involves a lot of the emotional dimensional area of the life of people. Then you find that they are, if your emotions are broken, automatically you are going to have a problem of being someone that can be a threat to someone else. Therefore, for example, the tenacity of your emotional. If we're talking about tenacity, we're talking about the quality of your emotion. Can someone trust you with something that is confidential in his life or her life? Then do you have love to love other people? Also, in terms of your physical area of your life, in terms of how are you carrying your body? How are you taking care of your body? At the moment, we are finding it that prevention is more beneficial than treatment as we are facing this issue of COVID-19. Therefore, if like you've been looking after your body, if you've been exercising, eating healthy, and emotionally stable, automatically it's going to make you to be more stronger to fight against the virus. Then also we look at the social life. When we look at the social life, it's when we are looking in terms of the leadership. We look about the services that you bring to your community. Most of the time when we look social life, we look social life as a thing that is like, it's how I can make fun, or going out and do things like that, or posting pictures on Instagram, posting pictures on Twitter, or writing something on Twitter or on Facebook. But social life is very diverse, and it's one that shows your character. It's the one that shows that who you are and to other people. We look in terms of the relational life. Relational life, we talk about goodness, how good you are to other people. Do you want to see other people get successfully? We look in terms of forgiveness. I believe that everybody is having his own issues from the previous life. Some other people, they've been hurt by parents, by your cousin, by different people. Then we tend to not forgive those people, whereas these things, it end up affecting our life, or affecting your potential that you need to produce in your own field. Therefore, when we look at in terms of your spiritual life also is forming a part of your life. It's play a huge role in your life, so that it can bring someone can mute for me.
Hey, yes, it's a Zoom.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah, now I'm admin because I asked to share the screen. I'm sorry about that, guys. But anyway, I was there on the spiritual part of life, that you need something that is going to boost you, because as you are fighting for your career, or as you are pursuing your career, you need the source of power, because the source of power is the one that is going to enable you and to refreshes you every day of your life, whatever challenges that you will be facing, because there are many challenges that we face in the journey of success. some other people, if like you are a Christian, most of the time they believe in prayer. Prayer, it means that it's you push until, or you persevere until something happened. Therefore, you make sure that you want your goals to be fulfilled. Therefore, our talk for today, as we said, that we are pioneering in academics or in education, it involves our gist, it will be the vocational life and intellectual life. Therefore, these two areas of life is the one that everyone grew up and is being told about it, that you need to go to school, you need to obtain you need to first complete your matric, and then from your matric, then you go to your to a university and get a certificate. Whereas end up the system, it end up giving us that the time we grew up, we only thing that we know, it was education is the key to success. And then it tend to make people to think that as education is the key to success, it's like they are thinking that education is success. Education, it's not success, but it is the key to success. If something is if you are having a key, your key that you have, it doesn't open all doors, or it doesn't open all lockers, but it have a specific locker, it have a specific door that you can open using that key. Therefore, that's where the thing or the issue start. If you go to the university, because I said that I want to get a certificate, and then boom, I have the certificate, and then now I am sitting at home, I can't apply the information. Therefore, according to me, I define education as it's any piece of information that it brings value to your life or to your purpose, or that bring transformation into your life, that add you something that or that give you something that's better than what you had yesterday. Therefore, that's how I look at education. That's how I define education. Because education, if we are going to say that education is about having a degree, it's about having a master's degree and having a PhD degree, it's fine, it's good. But I can have a PhD at the end of the day, finding myself I'm sorry, and finding myself still staying at home, not applying that information. Therefore, it means that I'll be just having a piece of information. Therefore, when we look at the intellectual life, it is built. You need to build it. You build it by the things that you read. Like they say, the average person reads 2 to 5 books a year. And an average CEO read 4 to 6 books in a month. And if a book, let's say if you go, most of the time, if you go to Amazon, you find that the median weights of the books that are published on Amazon, they're around 64,000 weights. And then these 64,000 weights, they say that an average reader, it reads 200 words per minute. Therefore, we need to find how many minutes that you can spare to read a book that can add a certain information in your life. Then we find that if you divide that 64,000 by 200 minutes, you get 320 minutes per book. That means in your life, or if you can set apart 320 minutes to read that book will add a value in your life. That's going to add a value in your life. Therefore, if now we need to find out how many minutes I need to spend each day to read a book. Therefore, you divide that, you take that 320 minutes per book, you divide it by 7 days, because we have 7 days in a week. Therefore, you get 45 minutes per day. That's how Jim quick tells or teach people in terms of reading, then it shows that in a day, if you can spare a 45 minutes, in a week, you will be able to read the whole book. Therefore, that's why I said that it's not about what you are pursuing to be an academia, but in your own field, you need to nurture your mind. I need to nurture my mind in terms of in my financial area. There are a lot of books that have been published that are out there that I can read that can help me to understand more about that can help me to understand more about my finances. And also, if I know that my emotions are not stable, I need to go and seek help somewhere, because all of these things tend to affect your dream. If you are pursuing your dream, therefore you can, if your emotions are not stable, therefore it will be hard for you to be successful if you are a student, to be successful in your academics or in your studies. You'll find that some of the other students, most of the time, they will come to me and ask me that, you know what, I've been studying this thing, but I can't get it. But if you go and ask in terms of that, who is supporting you? And then you find that the student saying that, no one is supporting me. Therefore, it is very important to have a strong support, because to pass a module or to get a degree is not about only studying, but it's about all of these 8 areas being together or working together to help you to be successful in your journey or in your career journey. Therefore, you need to have a dream. A dream, I can say that it's solving problem. Therefore, you need to identify a problem. Therefore, if once you identify the problem, then you'll be able to formulate your vision. And then if you formulate your vision, it will birth you to your purpose, and it will determine your purpose. Then your purpose, it will determine your strategy. And then the strategy, today what we are facing, it because our old strategy is no longer working. We need a new strategy. In every field that you are in, you need to have a strategy. You need to make sure, how are you going to pursue it? How are you going to solve that thing? What is going to make you to be a best a teacher? What is going to make me to be a best lecturer? What is going to make me to be a best academia? Then on your own field, then you need to have a strategy. Then the strategy, it determines your goals. Your goals, they need to be specific. They need to be measurable. They need to be achievable. They need to be realistic. And then your goals, they give you, they are inward, they're in the time frame. You need the time frame for your goals. Then you can't say that as I'm starting the degree now, I'll finish it in 5 years' time. No, the degree, most of the degrees, they are 3 year and 4 year degree. Then what happened is that you know that in that period of 3 years, you need, once it's end, you need to have your degree. Therefore, you need to have a time frame. If you are postgraduate students, you will understand that your research, whenever you are submitting your proposal, it's all about what? It's all about the timeline. Your proposal, in order to be accepted, your timeline, it needs to be present. And your time frame, it determines the activities of your day. You cannot just walk up and tend to do anything. You need to have a specific activities that are there. Therefore, it will help you to make you to be a better person. Your vocational life, it is your calling, it is your dream, it is your purpose. It's what you are here for in this planet Earth. It's what you are here to fulfill. I think my time is going to be out.
You can still continue.
Okay. But here, I have some different people that they have trying to solve a certain things or a certain problems. I've said the time I was starting that In order for your dream to be a good dream, or in order to succeed in your career, what is needed from you is that you need to have you need to identify the problem. Mark Zuckerberg identified the problem. And Mark Zuckerberg was a dropout. He's not even having a degree, but he is a multi-billionaire today. You see? Life is about identifying problems. Those problems are going to bring solution. If they are bringing solution to the community, automatically you know that you are successful. But the thing is that it's always good to build a good foundation, because Mark Zuckerberg was studying IT. And then from his IT, he able to come up with Facebook. And then most of the time in life, people, they will discourage you. You will meet people that I normally call them are the abortionist specialists. These people, they're very good in telling you that, you know, you will not get to this, you will not reach this, or what if it's happening this. They are full of negativity, and you don't need negative energy around you. Then they ask him a question that, like, certain question like, is he old enough to run a company at the age of 23? You see, all of those things, those are the negative questions, those are the negative energy that they were trying to bring to Mark Zuckerberg. In 2006, Mark Zuckerberg, Yahoo tried to buy Facebook with $1 billion with $1 billion, and he declined. And Microsoft bought 1.6% shares of Facebook with $240 million in 2006. Therefore, it shows the way they were valuing and they were trusting the strategy that Mark Zuckerberg was coming up with. Remember, one of the things that interested me about this story is that Mark Zuckerberg, the time in 2004, he had about 400 employers, and he was still staying in one bedroom. Therefore, sometimes in life, we run for good things, we run for the glitter and glamour, then we find that those things is the thing that we are going to achieve as the time goes along. Then, for example, we have Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein is one of that came up with a theory of relatives in physics, which today is being converted to a quantum physics, quantum mechanics. And most of the scientists, they were skeptical with his strategy. They didn't treat him well. We have people like Helen Sanders. Helen Sanders, the one that started KFC. And Helen Sanders, in the age of 5 years, his father died. And at the age of 7 years, his mother taught him how to cook. And he valued it. That was the piece of education. Therefore, education, we cannot describe it about having a degree. But education, it is the value of that information that is being given to you. And you can able to take that piece of information and apply it. And if you apply it, then it can give you something greater to be better than yesterday. Then in 1936, he started selling fried chickens. And then in 1937, he opened a 142-seat restaurant. In 1940, he finalizes his recipe. 1952, his franchises recipe was, he started to sell it. Then today, KFC franchise, it's worth of 6 million rand if you buy it. Then even today, their spice is still their secret. There are many guys that we can look. For example, if I can go and buy a tennis ball is just 37 rand. But to Venus Williams, the tennis ball, it's $95 million. That's how wealthy it is to her. To Serena Williams, it's around $180 million. Therefore, there are a lot of heroes that we can look onto them. Even if we go to the Bible, Joseph was rejected by his own family. And his own family, and they end up they rejected him. As they rejected him, he was arrested. And then because of what? Because of his dream. And lately he became an economist prophet. That's how economics started. And then the same people that have rejected him were the same people that came to him to ask to help them, his brothers and his nation. He came back to him to ask for help. Therefore, people, they will reject you in life. The rejection is not a sign of that people, they dislike you, but rejection, it is the sign that people have outgrown you. They can no longer take your ideas. They can no longer take your ideas, and also they cannot able to accommodate your presence. Therefore, it is the time to move to another stage of life. For example, Esther, she became a model in a foreign land, and then she won that beauty contest, and then she became a deliverer for her nations. Daniel was in the foreign land, and he became an educational prophet, and then he started, and also a nutritional specialist. And today everybody is talking about Daniel fast. If you go to nutrition, they will tell you about the Daniel's nutritions, that it started that time, because it's a point of reference. Therefore, being innovative, we need to be innovative in life, in all area of our life. It's either you're in academics. If you want to pursue academics, then what point or what issue you want to solve. Therefore, it takes us to, I think I can end here, to look at in terms of, to end it with the Newton's first law. What does the Newton's first law say? The Newton's first law, it says that an object remains at rest or in a uniform motion in a straight line unless acted upon by the external forces. Everyone that is here today, you know that you have those external forces. And those external forces, we tend to cry about it. We tend to say, no, this is not for me. This is too hard for me. This is, I was not made for this. But understand one thing, those external forces, it is there to move you to your destiny. It is there to channel you to your own career, to your own field. That external forces, they are there to make sure that they are bringing something new that is innovative from your DNA. I think I can end here, Mr. Villagas.
Thank you so much, Dr. KB. That was amazing. I learned a lot, and I know that others who also attended learned a lot. If anyone has a question, you can just post it here in the chat section. You made me realize that for one to be a pioneer, you have to firstly identify an issue that some other people may be actually overlooking, but you have to identify an issue, and then subsequently your vision will be directed. So for me, I'm really impressed. Thank you so much for that. I have a question for you. That okay, what kept you going? What kept you going? I was just looking at your resume. What kept you going? What kept you motivated? I'm looking at all these achievements. It's not an overnight thing. What kept you going?
Yeah, it's sometimes it's very hard to answer that question. It's not the first time getting such kind of question. But one of the things that I've realized in life, never let your life be defined by your present moment. Never let your life be defined by your background. You are not defined by your background, but you are defined by your future. Therefore, all of these things is start to have a vision. If you have a vision that you want to obtain something, then go for it, work for it. Sometimes it will not be easy. As I ended with the Newton's first law, It's not like I was trying like to educate people with physics, but I was trying to show that this is the law of nature. It is there that you will experience forces. And if you look at most of the people, some of them that are drop out, or some of the people that we look and we tend to say to them, they are not, how do we put it? They are not clever, or they are not wise, you know? Most of the time you find those people, they end up achieving in life. They end up doing greater things in life. Therefore, I believe that you need to have a vision in your life. You need to be focused, because at the end of the day, if you are not focused, you will not achieve what you want, because people, they will come and discourage you. But you need to try by all means that you minimize the negative energy around you.
All right. Thank you so much, Doc. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. We had a great session, and we were recording. I'm still gonna watch it over and over again. It was very educational, and I'm happy that you focused not just only in one stream, but you just focused on education generally, and for us to not disregard any information and say, but where will this help me? And I've just learned to know and understand that every information that you get is useful. It may not be necessarily useful in your present time or in your present moment, but in the future it will come in handy. So thank you so much, Doc. And so guys, today it marks the end of the Pioneers Guild. To those who were not able to join us during the course of the week, you can go to YouTube and say enable. You will get more videos from Monday to today. 7 days, 7 speakers, 7 missions, and we've been able to achieve that.
Someone raised her hand, I think was Madlala G.
Yes. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
My name is Ukuku Madlala. Actually, I'm a former colleague for Dr. Makhathini. So actually, we became very close friends with him when he was still with us at UKZN.
Yes.
He's one of the very inspiring people in my life. But I just want to pose the question, Doc, what can we do to encourage the young generation when it comes to the issues of skills, like going to TVET colleges? Because it seems like everybody wants to go to universities in nowadays, and you find that the universities cannot accommodate everybody. We know how difficult it is for the university to actually go through the selection process. So what can be done to actually encourage the young people that, even if you go to TVET college, it's not like you are lost souls, you can come out and become successful from there?
Oh, thanks, Miss G, for your question. I'm left with 1 minute and 33 seconds. But one of the things that I can say is that there is a wrong question that we normally ask when kids, they're still growing. We normally ask, what do you want to be after your matric? The question that we're supposed to be asking is that, what do you want to solve after a matric? That's why we tend to look at now as this thing of people, we're having a lot of people that are having qualification that are sitting at home, but you find those people are very skillful in terms of cooking, in terms of doing decorations, in terms of sewing, in terms of like a lot of things that they can do. I believe that the thing that we need to do is to make sure that we align people with their talents and with their purpose.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you for the question. We've got a few seconds left. Guys, thank you so much for joining us, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bye.